My name is Bella Price. I'm a junior and I'm studying history and critical cultural communication.
I'm Hailey Kisner. I'm a senior. I just looked at my credits and that's crazy. But yeah, I'm a senior and I just switched to a psychology major. So I'm a new psychology major.
Wow, very cool. So can you guys explain what positions you're running for?
So I'm running for the president of ASG. Haley.
Yep, and I'm running for the vice president.
Okay, awesome. And how long have you guys been a part of ASG?
I've been a part for 1 year. This is my first year doing it. Um, and this year I am a senator and I'm on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
She's also president pro temp.
I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
that one. Thank you.
What do you do in that position?
As the president pro temp, I like my main job for that, the reason I have that title is so if Lucy, the current president, or Lauren, the current vice president, for whatever reason, are like out and they cannot hold a Senate meeting, I would step up. But it also means that like I know all the policy and procedures, and at the beginning of each meeting, depending on what legislation we're dropping or anything that might be happening, I'll give like a reminder to everyone of how to do that and like what that will look like and something like that.
Yeah, big job. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
I have been in ASG for 2 years. I was actually a senator of the Teachers College my freshman year and was the vice chair of Senate operations. And then I took a break just kind of just explore other options, see if ASG was where I wanted to go. And then I missed it my sophomore year. So I rejoined junior year and am now the Senate operations chair and still in the Teachers College. I'm a senator. So that's my role now. But I've been in ASG for 2 years.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So like a combination of 3 years for you guys together.
Mhm.
And what made you guys want to run as like together as like running mates, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah. Well, me and Haley are both RAs, so that's how we knew each other first. And personally, I've seen Haley as an RA, and I thought she does an amazing job with that. And a lot of the RA skills kind of transfer to ASG and stuff like that. So I was really confident that Haley was going to do well. And then at the very beginning, when we were just sort of talking about like are we going to run? What ideas do we have? Haley like listed a whole bunch of things. She was like, we're going to do this and I want to do this. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're it. You're who I want to do this with. And so that's how I got like for sure.
That's so sweet, Bella. So I have a bunch of Bella's best friends on my floor. And so I get to see kind of her impact on them through them. So seeing like how good of an RA she was to them and how good of a friend she is to them, I was like, Bella's pretty nice. So Bella, I just always admired for sure. And then she always sits behind me in Senate. So I feel like I talk to her all the time. And then we had our Senate retreat in the spring and we were just kind of talking. And I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about running. And Bella was like, wait, you are? I was like, yeah. And he was like, no, I am. And I was like, wait, what? And so then we just kind of connected. And that's kind of how it began.
Awesome. That sounds really nice that you guys already kind of knew that you wanted to run together. And it's nice that you already have that connection too, like as RAs and friends and things like that.
Definitely.
What are you guys looking forward to during your running and what are you kind of doing to promote a little bit on campus?
I'm so excited. So we're doing like a very large social media campaign. We kicked it off on Monday and already we've had a lot of interaction, I feel like, both Twitter and Instagram. Um, for that part, I think that's what I'm most excited for campaigning. I think we're gonna get a lot more interaction. We have a whole spreadsheet of ideas and plans. We have it listed out. It's been really great.
Yeah, we probably are over planning, to be honest, because I don't think currently we have anyone running against us, but we want people to know who we are and what we stand for. We kind of created this. So we had like a planning meeting that we were sat together for like 2 hours. And it was like starting to get dark and I was like, we should probably go. But anyway, we were meeting and we discussed like our slogan and like what our colors, our brand colors would be, we created like a logo. So like we just had a bunch of fun with it. And it was really cool because we would come up with an idea and write it down and we get super excited, super passionate. So we're just really energized. We're really motivated to bring change and to bring some really big impact here on campus.
Awesome. And can I ask what kind of impact or change that you guys are hoping to bring, or any kind of things that you feel need addressed next year if you guys were to win?
Yeah. Do you want me to start, Bella?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so one of the things I'm really excited about is so I was an RA, I've been an RA for 2 years. And so being an RA, you get to experience a lot of the firsthand impact of how campus impacts students. And so one of the things that I really want to start or look into more is supporting students through open educational resources or textbook assistance. So what that kind of looks like is right now, textbooks are so outrageously expensive. And with everything that students have to pay for, like sometimes they just can't come up with that. And that to me is like, you're already paying for your tuition, you're already paying for the amenities of campus. Like, how can we support our students that need that to learn, right? And so one of the things that I kind of had an idea, and I was actually just came up with this cute name. So this is like brand new idea. So Bella might not even like it, but I was thinking of calling it like Corky's Book Nook or something. And it's like
I
a
love it.
Corky's
Don't worry.
covered
That's so cute.
style like textbook assistance program. So basically people could donate their books at the end of the semester. If they're going to sell them, if they're going to just donate them, send them to Goodwill, whatever they do with them, bring it to us. Obviously, this is not even a thing. This is, I'm imagining it. So this is not like a program yet, but bring it to us. And then we would like file it away, have like a whole system that people could come check out books that we already have. So it would be kind of like a library, obviously, but we don't know what this would look like. But that's an idea that we really want to push, that I just haven't had the platform to do that yet. So
That's amazing. I love that idea. As someone who definitely struggles to, pay for all the college amenities and especially textbooks because they can get very pricey, even the online versions, I think that would be really great for students.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
How about you,
I'm
Bella?
really.
Do you have anything? Sorry.
Oh, what'd you say?
Do you have anything that you're really looking forward to? Another
Yeah.
something that you want to address on campus?
So one of the things that I'm gonna try and focus on is senator retention and just building up ASG as it is, because I think ASG is amazing and we have so many resources. But I feel like especially this year where we were really focused on like RSOs and COVID and just trying to survive through COVID. And I feel like as campus opens up more and more of that is happening, I think that we really need to work on making ASG accessible to students and making ASG accessible to students who want to be senators or students who want to be on the cabinet or do all those different kinds of positions. One thing we were looking at was communication between ASG and students. And so finding different ways to communicate, because right now we have open Senate meetings and we advertise for open Senate meetings a little bit, but not a lot of people know what that means. And so we just really want to get that information out there. We want to get information about the bills we pass out there, finding different ways to disseminate that and stuff.
Awesome. And yeah, now that you mention it, going along with, students not really knowing much about ASG, how are you guys feeling about, being the only candidates running, especially because I know in the past years there's been a low amount of like competition for people wanting to run for positions. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that just shows like the work that we need to put in to get people to know about us. And it kind of excites me to know that we can only go up from here, right? Like we're here and we know that senators or people know about our senators, but don't really know what we do. And there's also students that have no idea we even exist. So being able to like go up and expand our reach, I think is really exciting. Obviously, I would love to have someone run against me. I think that'd be awesome to debate, to collaborate with each other, to challenge one another. But I think that just shows that right now we're just not there. So hopefully next year we could have 5 different people on the ballot or something. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. And Bella, I don't know if you have a response to that too.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I think it does show like where ASG is at now, but I think it gives us a good starting point and it allows us to develop what we want to see ASG as by this time next year. And it gives us a good way to like set goals through that too.
Awesome. And then something that I wanted to ask you, and this is kind of an odd question, so you can take a minute to think about it a little bit. What would be your bottom line for students to know about you personally as a person?
So bottom line meaning.
Bottom line meaning just something that you would want students to know about you whenever they're voting for you, things like that, something that about your personality or who you are that's really important to you and running.
I can start. Okay. So I think for me, it's that I don't have all the answers. I have some great ideas. Haley has some great ideas, and we're really excited to work with those. However, my job, most of my job is going to be listening to other students and faculty and people, just anyone at ESU. And I really want everyone to know that while I come in with really cool ideas and all these different things that I might want to do, I am really open to hearing what everyone else sees. And if you think that there's something way more important on campus that I'm not seeing, that's something that I would love to know, and I would love to work with other people and to work on.
For me, I want people to know that I'm pretty honest and straightforward and transparent. And I don't want this position to turn into like, we know things the student body doesn't know. Like when I find out things, you're going to know. And I think that transparency is something I'm looking for and something I want to portray in this position. Just because like as a student representative, like we're the voice for our students. And you need to be able to know what you're talking about and know the knowledge so you can give that resource and give that opportunity to students. So I think I would just want my constituents to know and the students here at Emporia that I'm here for you and I have your best interest at heart. I want to see change and hopefully I can include you a part of it. This is definitely not just a me and Bella show. Like this is an everyone show. I want everyone to be a part of it and I don't want it to feel like you're not engaged. I think that's also why we want to expand our reach for ASG is because we want everyone to really have a voice and to be heard. And to put in our slogan, empower, support, and unite. That is our 3 words this year. So yeah.
Awesome. I like those words. I like that as your slogan. That's really good. I think that also has a lot of like inclusivity to it. So I think that's really nice.
Yeah, that's really important to us too.
Really? Okay, awesome. How are you guys like battling like inclusivity within like ASG and on campus?
I think that kind of falls under so we have a bunch of ideas, and whenever like Haley was talking about when we sat down that day and we spent that whole time talking about things, we would keep going like on these tangents of how do we create these 3 words and what is does each of them mean, and I think we're using each of them to build off of each other. And so that how we go with inclusivity with that would be um with building senators, we really want to reach out to all students and like get that communication going. And I really had a thought and everything left my head.
It's okay.
I'm gonna let Haley go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll continue. I think just expanding our reach as senators, right? So we each represent a college, the teachers college. Obviously, we want to have senators from elementary ed, secondary ed, health and human performance, psychology, tech, like all of those, but also we want our undergraduate and our graduate students. We want our students of color. We want our students that are not the norm, we want students that represent our campus community. So that's who we're looking for, but we also understand that we have to reach those students, right? We can't just do the traditional things and expect students to understand and know that we're here and that we exist and these are the resources we offer if we don't find a way to get to them and to reach them. So that's kind of my perspective. I don't know if that was kind of the question you were asking, but yeah.
No, that was perfect. Yeah,
That
awesome.
was good.
Is there anything else that you guys feel like telling me before we end our interview or something that you want to plug for like your guys's
follow us on social media, Price_Kisner. So pretty simple. Also, I do want to say we have other initiatives in the works. So we have a recycling program, hopefully that we can implement on campus and in the dorms. So that's something we really want to continue working on, that we're continuing working with ASG currently. Hopefully we can continue that. So that's something. Were there any other initiatives, Bella, that I'm just blanking on?
We although I think it's already kind of starting this year, we really wanted to look at the different how the CAF can include more people and how the options at the CAF might be a little we were just looking at them and seeing what students might need in the CAF and how we can help with that.
Awesome. I love that. I actually wrote a story at the beginning of the semester or last semester. I guess the end of last semester about vegans and having more
Yeah.
options in the calf and things like that. Um, One last question before I go. This is more of a fun question for you guys. So, do you guys have any memories from ASG or memories together that you've had in your time during ASG that you want to share? Anything that's important to you, something that you're like, I'll never forget, this time during ASG?
So I have one. So this was my first year as a senator, and I was really nervous, but I was really excited because I already knew that ASG was like this really cool thing. And then I was a part of it, and I did an interview for it, and it was so cool. And then I got accepted. And so we're sitting there, and this is, I think, maybe our second or third meeting. And they say, okay, now we're gonna have a vote for the president pro temp. And I didn't even know what that was. And they're like, okay, nominate people. And people were nominating people. And then Lucy raised her hand and she nominated me. And she didn't tell me she was gonna do that. I didn't ask her. And when she nominated me, she said, I nominate Bella Price. I think she would do like she said something really nice. I don't remember what it was, and I don't want to misquote her, but her doing that really brought me into ASG. Oh,
Sorry, guys. I think the lights went out in this room. Oh, they're motion censored.
yeah.
Sorry. Keep going.
No, you're good. Her doing that really brought me into ASG and made me more confident as a senator. And as the president, like coming into the role that she's leaving, I want to be able to do that for my senators too. I want to motivate them and I want to encourage them and kind of like the way she encouraged me.
So I have a funny story, and it doesn't really involve me, but I'll just share the fun with another senator. So we were in a Senate meeting, and one of our sweet senators said to Lauren, "Your Honor," or like, "Thank you, Your Honor." It was so funny because yes, we do use like quite a few formalities, but we don't use "Your Honor," and I think it just kind of goes to show like we act like we know what we're doing, but really we're all just students and we all make mistakes all the time. But yeah, so even though it seems like we're all formal and all about the prestige, we're really just like you and mess up all the time and have goofy moments. So
I love that because I definitely sat in on some ASG meetings for coverage, and I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about or what's going on, but I know it's important. So, yeah, so that's great. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and having this meeting with me. I appreciate you taking your time out, and I am really excited for you guys and what the future holds. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
Well, thank
we
you,
are so
Allie.
excited too. Thank you.
yeah, no problem.